look, I'm not buying any altcoins, any cryptocurrency. I'm not buying Bitcoin until this happens. I will be laying out my bullish case for cryptocurrency, what I see going on in the next couple of months or so. I hope everybody's having a great Monday today, not trying to spread fear, not trying to spread scary stuff. But what I do want to talk about is realistic expectations for people, because in my personal opinion, if I can get you to last or stay in the market for the next couple of months, you are going to reap massive benefits and make a whole bunch of money. This is like a 1 in 3 to 4 year chance. Remember, the Bitcoin halving cycle happens every 4 years or so. Come on, get your head in order. This is my goal, is to try to get you guys through the bear run so that we can reap all of the benefits of the bull runs, next cycle, right? Don't take your eyes off the prize. If come over here, kind of see blood in the market. It's actually a little bit discouraging. A lot of assets are red. Pretty much everything's red. If you look at the last 24 hours, a couple, Kusama, Chain, I've been watching this for a while. It's been performing really well, even under like massive negative pressure from the market. It's been performing pretty well. Maybe I'll do a review on this coin here. But you can see pretty much everything's blood. Now, this is not, just cryptocurrency. This is pretty much everything that's going on. Now, what I'd like to do on my channel, just to be clear with everybody watching this video and how I'm going to move, moving forward, is I just like to talk about the news that I think is relevant. I mean, there's all this hype news going on. There's all of these conspiracy theories about the stablecoin, things like that. But a lot of this is out of our control. What I want to do is provide you guys context into your investments. Okay. Now, this is not financial advice, but the whole goal of this channel is just to simply make moves for myself and then communicate that to everybody else. Remember, my channel first got started because I was buying Ethereum at $3 and mining, and then all of my friends wanted to know how I did it. It got annoying having to explain the same thing over and over again. I made a YouTube video, boom, here I am. So the gist is I want to continue that and just explain to you guys what I am doing specifically. Now, I saw some comments, because you should know by now I'm like mostly out of the market, right? I'm mostly in cash. Cash is king right now. And people are like, Alex, I can't follow your moves on YouTube. Nobody told you to follow my moves on YouTube. I will not tell you what I am doing at the exact time on YouTube. I'll usually tell you a couple of days later, because that's how the videos work out. The whole purpose of the YouTube is to provide you guys with research and clarity through your research principles. You must be researching yourself. Now, if you want more guidance, if you want my exact buy and sell calls, which, by the way, it's not just about me. I have a whole investment community. Will actually called this recent top. He's been saying for weeks that we were going to dump. Will called this, right? Come to my group. $5 5-day trial. If you go to the pinned comment below, this is where you'll get the very quick information, so you know exactly what I'm doing at all times. If you look at my YouTube videos, you must look at it for research principles, not for your investment decisions. Please, guys, you should never, ever look to free content on the internet for investment decisions. Like, you have to make these decisions yourself. Now, news that's relevant. If we come over here, you can see that this guy's just been snapping all over the internet. El Salvador accepted Bitcoin as legal tender. And I've always said that, we're going to get countries that will follow them, and it'll be a domino effect. There's been a couple of countries that have adopted Bitcoin. Now, I think, like I've said over and over again, with this Fed policy, hawkish Fed policy, and they're forcing a recession right now in the United States, right? They're forcing a recession by decreasing spending. It's going to make it hard for other countries. Other countries are going to feel the effects of the United States. And when this happens, again, I'm going to say it again, other countries will be forced, not want to, like, El Salvador. They just moved first. El Salvador kind of wanted to do it. Maybe they were forced. I don't know. I don't run El Salvador, so I have no idea. But I will say, other countries that are, having big issues right now economically will be forced, not willingly forced, to adopt Bitcoin because of uncertain economic conditions. And they don't know if their currency is going to be hyperinflated, and they don't know if supply chain issues are going to be, really bad to where people can't get fed. You get the point. This is where Bitcoin gets adopted. It's not like people, you don't have to like convince people. It's almost like you're forced by nature to have to do it because of the appreciation, as well as, it being an actual hedge against inflation and non-controllables. So we see President of El Salvador talking to, as he claims, 44 different countries to discuss financial inclusion, digital economy, banking, unbanked, et cetera, et cetera. And again, like, I think this is pretty significant. Like, it might not be now. It might not like pump the price of Bitcoin now, but like I've said in previous videos, you must think long term. You have to think long term. You have to think about these things. But the fact that they're even like interested and, this is even happening in the first place is ridiculous. Remember, Bitcoin has been put off as mostly a scam for years by the smartest people, the wisest people in the United States. Think about that. And then we have 44 countries trying to figure this out and a country adopting it as legal tender. These guys that have been calling it a scam, why do you still listen to them? There's no reason to they've been completely wrong. Like we're out the gate. We're out the gate. It's not a Ponzi, it's not even close to a Ponzi scheme anymore. If anyone says that, they're just completely out of their brain, like at their mental. They're just crazy for calling it a scam. If countries are adopting it, doesn't make sense anymore. If you look at the price of Bitcoin, you can see that we've had a recent dip down to 25K, like I've talked to you guys about in other videos. That discourages me because we got below this 30K liquidity level in a pretty significant way. And I do think with macro conditions, what's going on in stable coins, which we will talk about in this video, and pretty much everything going on in crypto, we are more likely, in my personal opinion, to go to 20K, which I don't like saying, but I'm gonna give you hope towards the end of this video. I'm giving you guys exact time frames and what I need to, play out for me to get bullish again, so you can understand what's going on. Now, if we look at the total, just the gist is crypto looks pretty bad. I can pull up technical analysis indicators and different things like that, but when we see a significant drop like this, towards the end of the 4-year cycle, not the end, I'm sorry. We just have to pass the halfway mark for the 4-year cycle, Bitcoin halving. We're moving towards the end of it, right? So I don't really see a huge catalyst. It's always been the biggest catalyst was the Bitcoin cycle. Now, if we look at USDT dominance, the beauty of this chart is that it kind of shows, when people are fleeting to USDT, you could see actually that we had this kind of big breakout here, but look, we might have been rejected and we might move our way back down. Now, if we do that, then we could see some altcoins benefit from it in the short term. But I do think that more than likely we'll probably break to the upside here. Look at this chart. USDT just keeps getting dominance over time. So if we look at the NASDAQ composite compared to the total market capitalization of every crypto, this is all cryptos in comparison to the NASDAQ. You can see this is bad. This is not they're supposed to they're both risk on. They're both considered risk on. So Bitcoin is just bleeding out, or not Bitcoin, but all of crypto is just doing much more worse than the NASDAQ. So, again, this doesn't really inspire confidence. My goal here is not to make a bearish video. Well, it is bearish. My goal is to give you realistic expectations. Now, this is also really scaring me, and this is also a fundamental thing. Can't really put a number to it. This is a qualitative element of investing in crypto, is that I'm seeing all of these stable coins get attacked and depegged. I've never seen this before in the history of my entire cryptocurrency experience in the past 6 years. Never seen this before. They are being depegged. We obviously have Terra Luna, and then we have different DEI being depegged down 29%. We see USDX going down, being depegged. Guys, I don't know how you want me to cut it, but this is not cool. This is not cool at all. And this is a big signal in my eyes for the whole cryptocurrency market as a whole of, lack of liquidity. Like I've claimed in multiple videos, we have lack of liquidity. We're going to be issues. These VC guys, they're going to play with the government. They're going to, definitely take the side that makes them the most money. And I would not be surprised. We can go into the conspiracy theories all we want, whatever. But the gist is stablecoins are dying, and this is not cool. And this is what holds up crypto from the volatility. So I think it's really weird. And you could also see Vitalik Buterin basically saying algo stable has become propaganda. So it's almost like, they took down Terra Luna, and then now they have a reason to, bring in this regulation or whatever the case is. So I just don't like what's going on. To be honest, in the crypto space, it just looks really insecure. It looks really hollow. And, it just doesn't look right. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything bullish. I know there's a lot of channels oh, we're going to bounce now. We're going to bounce now. Now, I'm optimistic. I believe in crypto long term. I don't think this changes my thesis at all, but I'm also not going to tell you guys that there's going to be a price appreciation right now if I don't think so. Now, I could be wrong, and we do get a bounce to whatever, to 40, 50K BTC. I just think it's very unlikely, very, very unlikely. And I'm investing as so. I'm 5% in the market. I don't have that much cryptocurrency, and I've been kind of right for that. And I've kind of saved a lot of money, and a lot of people in our group has saved a lot of money because of Will's calls, our coaches. So, please, guys, please, please, please don't take this as financial advice, but also don't be a fool. Look at everything. Look at the pros and the cons. I look at these YouTubers and they want the subscribers, and I keep trying to say that, look, you can get subscribers and followers by being honest. They don't want, like, I know they got a bag and they want to wake up in the morning and feel good. That's basically what the gist is. They got a bag of crypto. They're down like 70%. They want to wake up and feel good about it. So they go to the same YouTuber that's been saying we're bullish for the past 4 months, but really we've been getting destroyed. And if the person was just honest and actually did his due diligence, you would know that it's been, again, I've been optimistic, but I've also been only 10 or 15% in the market, through the past like 4 months. So please, watch what I do and what I say, but watch what I do more. Watching what I do is much more important. Now, if we look at the macro environment, there is a little article here that I did want to show you guys that basically showing the gist here. I'm going to break it down very simple for you because that's why you guys come to these videos, so you can get this research as quickly as possible. The gist is the U.S. economy, they don't want a recession, but it's kind of inevitable. Because of inflation, right? So basically what this guy was looking at here, and you can look into the chart for yourself. He has eCoin metrics on his Twitter. His Twitter is amazing. I'll be showing some other stuff from his Twitter as well. But the gist here is the Federal Reserve isn't worried about breaking the credit market anytime soon. He basically analyzed it from the credit market perspective, which means that they have the green light to continue tightening monetary conditions to take care of inflation. They will continue with the rate hikes. They will continue hawkish Fed policy. These things, if you don't know what they mean, I highly suggest you do your research, start educating yourself, because the bear market is where you become a better investor and trader. It's where you become a better business person. These things will harden you, to become better in the next bull run. So go do your research, understand what the Federal Reserve is doing. They're forcing everybody into a recession just to solve inflation. Like, they're both big problems. Inflation and, of course, a recession, they're both big problems, but, they're trying to solve inflation right now. This is specifically on their agenda, which will likely destroy all risk on assets. And as you can see from the market, crypto is very risk on. Okay. Now, I've said before that it has the best chance to be risk off eventually, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. I don't think cryptocurrencies just yet. And I know a lot of people have been saying over and over again, we're going to decouple. I mean, look, I again, optimistic. I want crypto to decouple, but it will likely follow everything else. But I also think, okay, of course, that it will bounce faster than everybody else too, just like it did in a 2020 event with the masks that I don't want to say, but you get the point. Crypto has the best chance of decoupling and it will bounce the quickest. So it's still, again, the best investment in my personal opinion, but it doesn't mean it's not going to fall a significant amount. I do think Bitcoin's probably going to 20K. Now, if we look at energy prices, we could look at it from this perspective, but basically, what he's trying to do here is show the cost of energy or oil in comparison to the strength of the dollar. So right now, if you look at the DXY, the strength of the dollar has been kind of going up because everybody's fleeting to the dollar because they know they're trying to solve inflation. It's a very hard story to explain in one video. I do have other videos where I dive deeper into the macro environment, but basically right now, the US dollar is getting stronger because it's the last domino to fall. If the Federal Reserve starts manipulating the economy to solve inflation, US dollar will increase in value, which we have been seeing. So US dollar, high value, and the cost of goods are still very expensive. This is very bad for supply chain issues and things that are going on in the world, right? Also, if we look at the federal funds rate, right? Guys, look, if you think the markets can only go up from here, think again. The Federal Reserve simply cannot afford to keep rates this low. So they're going to, push a recession for sure. They will continue to raise rates. I do think this is very likely. Also, if we look at the federal funds rate versus inflation, I mean, they haven't really solved inflation. It just dipped down a very small amount. So yeah, they will continue to raise rates. So the cost of borrowing money is more expensive. If it's more expensive, people will print less, which would decrease inflation. It's simple. Macroeconomics, please, guys, study up and understand what's going on. Also, if we look at wheat futures, we look at some commodities here. You see wheat kind of going on a rally. This is usually what you see when there's a recession or something brewing that could potentially be negative. People start buying these goods. And you can see, again, coffee, same thing. We have a spike up, right? So in general, we're going to see commodities do pretty well. And we see it here again. Oil just spiking up. Okay, these are signs the economy will probably, not do so well in the next couple of months. And if we look at stocks, it's not just crypto. more signs I'm trying to give you. Airbnb is it's tanking, man. It's tanking. Twitter tanking. Even with Elon Musk and everything that's going on, Tesla, it's not looking too good either. I mean, we've talked about Facebook, we've talked about Coin, we've talked about all of these platforms just doing extremely bad. Like Coin looks really bad. Netflix, like it's just showing insecurity. It shows that it's not just crypto, and that's why I want people to pay attention to the macroeconomic environment. I'm not a macro specialist by any means, but I was forced to learn it to understand crypto, and that's the beauty of cryptocurrency, is that you have to understand a lot of things, man. You have to understand the macro environment. You have to understand the infrastructure of the internet and how it works. You have to understand, traditional finance. I just honestly love the fact that I chose cryptocurrency as my career path, because it just made me become kind of like just an adaptable learner and an autodidact. And leave a comment below if cryptocurrency forced you to learn things that you otherwise would not have learned. This is the beauty of the market. Is that it's just getting people into the next age of investing. Like, we just need smarter people. And you can clearly see that, our age group, are, depending on who you are, from 25 to like 40, right? It's like we've never been this smart about investing ever. If you look at generations of people and populations, like, I just clearly can tell that, retail is getting smarter. And these things are beautiful, I think. And if you look at, like, for example, The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio, he has claimed that, nations, usually you can tell the leading indicator for nations to do well and to take dominance over the world is education. So like, I always say this all the time, it's like, oh, you can never lose your education. You can lose your money, but you can't lose your education. Like, it's a leading indicator for countries to dominate the world. Like, think about it. The more you educate yourself, the more innovation you get. The more innovation you get, the more value you create. The more value you create, the better your country does. So like, it's the same thing for the macro as well as for yourself. Like, I do want to tell you guys that the market was likely coming down to 20K, but I also want to say that, hey, this is a great time for you to go read a couple books and kind of silent down and not really look at the market too much and wait for, our price level. You don't need to get frantic and start trading, and people revenge trade all the time. It's like, it's really sad, especially with leverage. We do talk about leverage, but man, if you've never touched leverage, you should not be trying to play with that. It's much better that you educate yourself and, get to the point where next bull run, you can really hit some home runs. This is like even me knowing crypto for, 6 years, this is the level I'm playing on. There's no reason why you should, whoever's watching this video, I've been in crypto for 6 years. I consider myself an expert. I've helped thousands of people. I've made 7-figure earners, 8-figure earners, 6-figure earners, of course. And I am being humble in the fact that I even want to educate myself and not like revenge trade and just relax and just relax. Like, it's okay. You don't have to be actively moving all the time. So don't be egotistical and think that you could just do whatever you want, right? Like, this is what I've been trying to explain to my group as well. It's like, it's okay to do nothing sometimes. It really is okay. In a society where we have all of this stimulus and information, people are always up to something, trying to do like finesse this or do that. And it's like, just take a deep breath, relax. Like, it's okay. The world's not going to end. You're going to make your money. But the one thing I don't want you to do is all of this trading, all of this crazy madness, and then you miss the bottom. That's the point I'm trying to make, is like, don't miss the bottom. Don't miss the bottom. That's where the 100Xs are made. Don't be distracted. Now, what I'm waiting for is the Fed meeting, okay? So, we had the one, in May, the 4th. I'm waiting for June. That's a significant time from now. I do think that we're going to be trading probably sideways until the Fed meeting. The Fed meeting comes out. We're going to probably see inflation. Then we're going to see the numbers, and then maybe something might happen. But you get the point. And again, don't take your eyes off the prize. Some of the richest people on planet Earth, this is the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. The richest people on planet Earth are investing in crypto. Jeff Bezos. You got like the majority of these people that have lost a lot of money or are in technology. The smartest people of the world. I mean, I don't know if they're the smartest, but they're the wealthiest. So, society has decided to give them the resources, which is a signal that they are very smart. Okay. They are all in crypto. Like, the vast majority of this, go through the list yourself. Google search Bloomberg Billionaires list. The vast majority of everyone that's lost money in the past year, okay, were almost forced to jump into crypto. I've talked about this before. So don't take your eyes off the prize. Just because, okay, we have this dip doesn't mean it's over. Everybody's going to say it's over. Everybody's going to flood the market. We have all of this interest of people trying to destroy everything for whatever reason, because they want to come out with their own stable coin, whatever, speculation theory they want to concoct. I don't think it's productive to go into these theories. I just think it's productive to kind of figure out what you're going to do with your investment, your retirement, right? That's what I'm here for. So I'm not going to speculate on what VC destroyed, Luna or whatever the case is. But what I do want to tell you is that we have about 160 days till the bottom, I think, and to the next cycle. So it's 150 days. The way I do this, I've said this in multiple videos, but if you're new here, it's very simple. We have the Bitcoin halving events, and typically about 500 days out, we see the bottom. So we saw the bottom here, 500 days out, we saw the bottom here. So if it's anything very similar, then I am going to be optimistic and hold on to crypto to November, October, and then I will likely go all in, sell every item in existence, and buy the heck out of the dip. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's not the time to buy altcoins. Probably not right now. But at the bottom, this is where we get the 100Xs. Again, don't take your eyes off the prize. I know, these guys, they want to, hold themselves accountable, and they don't want to destroy people or wreck people. So they're going to say things like, don't buy altcoins. I agree. Look, even Ethereum last cycle went down 98%. So again, yes, altcoins are very risky, but that's the reason you're here, right? The reason you're here is because you want to take small amounts of money and turn it into large amounts of money. That's why most people come into crypto. There is no other opportunity like this. So personally, I don't have any altcoins now. I don't recommend buying anything now, not even Bitcoin, not even altcoins, but I'm not going to be stupid and buy Bitcoin at the bottom. I'll buy a little bit of Bitcoin at the bottom. I'm going to buy 100X altcoins that I know are going to be the next trending cycles. Again, don't take your eyes off the prize. Everybody wants to be smart, call these trends, right? And be like, oh, you got the metaverse. Oh, you got play to earn gaming. Oh, you got all these NFTs. You want to call the trends while we're in the bull market. Why don't you have the mental fortitude and the conviction to buy the same altcoins you were talking about in the bull run in the bear run, even when they lose 98%? This is what's going to get you the 100Xs. I don't care what anybody else is saying on the internet. I really don't care. I've gotten to a point where I don't even follow these guys. They're humans just like me. You should never be afraid of a human. You should think for yourself and be confident in who you are. These limiting beliefs in your head that these other people, including myself, I am not better than you. You should not think that another human is better than you. I just had more time in the market, more time to research. So what does that mean for you? Research more, but your decisions are just as good as mine. You don't need to follow me. You don't need to follow YouTubers. Look, like I've always said it, this is not financial advice. Don't follow my trades, but I don't really give reasoning behind it. Guys, if you follow other people's trades, you will never know how to trade. You will never know the reasons why you make your mistakes. You will always point your fingers at somebody else when you lose money, right? Failure should be encouraged. I want you to fail. I want you to go make a stupid decision and fail. Why? Because then you actually learn. You feel it. You actually embody it. You can read a book all you want, but there's a huge difference from when your body intelligence and your brain intelligence gets the feedback. When you make a decision, you have conviction, and then it plays out in a positive way. That feels much better than following a YouTuber about some type of coin or whatever the case is, or the direction of the market. That feels way better. Not only does it feel way better, but it's going to be ingrained in your brain for the rest, for eternity. We have the smartest audience, okay? Because I've been preaching this since I started cryptocurrency. I made it based off education, okay, guys? A lot of people have talking about hype. A lot of people got paid for sponsorships during the bull run. I missed out on millions of dollars not doing this. I've pumped coins accidentally without getting paid from them, gave out my public address to Zach XBT and a lot of these players. Why? So I can educate people. So me coming out here telling you, guys, please do these decisions for yourself. Please, please, please. Because if you can benefit from my education and it actually works out for you, I know through reciprocal altruism, what you put out in this earth, it will always come back by some way, shape, or form. I will be allocated resources by helping a massive audience of thousands of people. That's what I think was going to work. It's not a really good business plan, and probably can't go to investors by saying, things like, I'm going to help as many people as possible. But I will tell you, this has been consistent throughout my life. The more I help, the more, for some reason, society helps me. And maybe, again, there's no data to back this up. I can't really explain why. But yeah, you can call it karma. You can call it God. You can call it reciprocal altruism, whatever you want. Just do good. Just do good for yourself, do good for the people around you, and it will work, okay? And also don't give up. Don't give up. What are you in this for? Do you understand crypto? Do you understand the foundational principles? If you're feeling shaky right now, then you need to research. Go read the Bitcoin Standard. Go read some books. Don't get scared. Don't get shaken out of the market. This is where you die. I will get you through. Just like I said on my Twitter, this is going to be like the theme of the next couple of months. I will drag you across the bear run finish line if I have to. I will drag every single one of you individually across the finish line if I have to. I will invest for you if... No, I probably won't. I don't have enough money for all you guys. You get the point. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll do whatever it takes because this is the most important time to get results. At the bull run, at the top of the bull run, that's when you get the views. But right now, if I can get these people across the finish line, I promise, I really promise that a lot of people are going to make money. Seriously. And this is not financial advice, but this is the truth. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism, subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Sorry for the rants, guys. I just feel good. I'm eating good and, working out. And I just want to share that energy with you guys. Thanks for watching this video. Catch you in the next one.